Hey guys, tonight's movie review is for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, starring Eddie Redmayne. A little bit about this movie. It's the newest movie in the Harry Potter franchise or world, but it takes place 70 years before Harry Potter and all of his friends went to Hogwarts. And this movie centers on a character named Newt Scamander, and he's played by Eddie Redmayne. And he's an Englishman who has come to the United States. He's got this suitcase full of magical creatures that he's researched and written about, and he has a special project that brings him to the United States. At the same time, just like in England, they have the Ministry of Magic, they have a similar thing in the United States. And in the 1920s, when this takes place, the witches and wizards, the wizarding community, is really afraid of being exposed to the non-mags, or what muggles are called in England, but the people who don't have magic. They're afraid of being exposed as freaks, as witches, as wizards. It's not a good time to be public as a witch or a wizard. And there are also some dark things happening in the community, and they're really afraid that they're going to get exposed. At the same time, Newt has some of his creatures escape from his suitcase, and he's trying to collect them going unnoticed. Of course, he doesn't. He picks up a non mag friend, as well as a few other witches that help him along in his journey. And without getting too much into it, that's kind of what the movie's about. There's kind of these two storylines going on, with Newt trying to collect his magical beasts back, and the Ministry of Magic, the US version of that, dealing with keeping witches and wizards kind of under wraps. As far as the movie itself, I thought all the acting was really good. Eddie Redmayne's fabulous in pretty much anything he's in, and the same with this. He's so adorable, so awkward, so funny. And all the other actors and actresses, some of them not as well known, some of them well known, all did a really good job at just, not being too over the top, but definitely playing these characters, embodying these characters. The story itself, I'll talk about the world first. Part of what makes these books and these movies so intriguing is just this complete other world that's created, and that continues to be the case in this one. You see a whole different side of kind of the witches and wizarding community. First of all, by bringing it to the United States, and second of all, by following a bunch of adults instead of kids in a school setting, having it be much more about what's going on in public in the city. But everything is just as detailed. All of these beasts, it's so much, you could tell so much detail, so much background went into what they look like, what they sound like, how they move, their interaction with the real life people. It's just, once again, very, very well done. J.K. Rowling wrote the story. So, of course, when you have someone who writes books writing the movie screenplay, I think a lot of that detail that sometimes you miss in movies really came across because of that. I think the one thing or two things I would say were kind of drawbacks for me. The beginning and the end of the movie, I thought, kind of dragged out a little bit. The beginning, I know you're introducing a whole new place, whole new characters, you're setting everything up. So I understand sometimes that can be slow. And in this movie, you did feel kind of the slowness of the build-up. But once the storylines really started going and the relationship between the characters started developing, it really moved along at a good pace. And then again, at the end, it kind of petered out. There were several times you kind of thought that it might be ending, that the story might be closing, and then it didn't. So I thought that was a little clunky at the end. But other than that, I thought the story was really good. That would probably be my main complaint. Overall, I would give this a solid B. It's a very good movie. It looks good. The acting's good. The story, for the most part, I thought was really good. There are some twists and turns. Again, without going into too much detail, uh, there are a couple different storylines going on. So, yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't want to say anything that might spoil it for people. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this movie. I would say definitely go out and see it. You'll enjoy it, and it's a B. Thanks so much for watching.